Around a year ago, I made a video where I was talking about the best gun to use for each playstyle, and well, it's the second most watched video on my channel. The problem is, pretty much all the things I said in that video are completely outdated and don't apply to Deadline in its current state. Also, I very quickly want to say thank you, because I hit 1000 subscribers today. There will be some sort of special probably hosted on my Discord, which, if I don't forget it, the link will be in the description. Now, let's start with the first major change to the things I said in my last video. Basically, I stated that there are three playstyles: long range, medium range, and CQB, but these aren't playstyles, these are engagement ranges. So that's my bad for spreading a little bit of misinformation. This time I will try to cover actual playstyles, which will be sniping, flanking, aggressive, and objective-based play. Let's start things off with sniping. So in the outdated video, I said that the MK17 is what you should be using instead of the bolt action sniper. I even put it in the thumbnail, by the way. Well, funnily enough, the tables have turned completely since the M700 is back on top, and along with the Mosin, those are the only real long-range sniping options. The MK17 is useless beyond medium range because the bullet velocity is lacking and the damage has also been nerfed. So yeah, if you want to sit in a spot and snipe people across the map, I would recommend the M700 with a build that maximizes bullet speed and, this is very important, minimizes velocity loss. Now let's talk about flanking, which is one of the most universal playstyles there is. This is the playstyle that I have by far the most experience with, since I have been flanking through different routes by combining map knowledge and game sense for years now. If you just plan on going around the front line, it doesn't really matter which loadout you're using, but I will say that an M4 seems like the best choice to me. You decide whether or not it's a full auto build, what range you're limiting yourself to, and so on. Just like the playstyle itself, this gun is extremely universal. Of course, you could use virtually anything like the Vector, the AUG, the MK16. Just make sure it's not too heavy because you will be running around the map, and this does matter. The faster you get behind the front line, the more kills you can get. As for aggressive play, there are only a few candidates that work in your favor. The Vector is obviously one of them, and I want to repeat this if you haven't seen the tier list video. The Vector is by far the best CQB weapon in Deadline, no doubt. You can also make shotguns work, but they require more skill and limit your range significantly. And finally, any lightweight assault rifle should do. If you're wondering why I didn't mention other SMGs, that's because they all require much better aim than the other weapons, and they extend your time to kill by a pretty big amount. Objective-based play is more of an honorable mention in an actual playstyle, because barely anyone actually plays around the objectives and tries hard to win the game nowadays. And honestly, I can't blame the players. Protecting or capturing objectives can be one of the worst experiences in Deadline. It's super risky and you don't even get that much out of it. But in case you do want to maximize your chances of performing well in situations like these, this is where DMRs become useful. The MK17 is honestly a great option for defending positions, even if there is a relatively long distance between you and the enemy. We're not talking about cross-mapping here, just somewhat longer range engagements. So I just say medium range, probably. But to be completely honest with you, this mostly comes down to the map. In 7v7, you should generally just be using assault rifles and SMGs, maybe shotguns if you like using them. And the last thing that I want to say is, if you don't know what to use, or you're not sure what gun you should invest in when it comes to buying attachments and learning to control the recoil, just play the M4. It's amazing, and I think it's cool that the starter weapon is also the best multi-role rifle in the entire game. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you around in the 1000 sub special whenever that happens. yeah, until then, have a nice time playing Deadline. Bye.